Yo, 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 YouTube. Today I'm going to tell you why I watch sports card investor videos, but I do not take their advice. So it's kind of funny because I've been planning to do this video for a while. I have notes that I took a while ago, and I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. And then I saw a video by Silver Jackify on YouTube. I don't know if you watch him at all. If you don't, I suggest that you do. He makes some really good content, mostly baseball card stuff, but he does a lot of different changes in value in his own collection and things like that, videos like that. And it was an eye-opener with his total results from last year, and the cards that did the best for him aren't the cards that everybody was talking about. So, and that's kind of how I felt like investment performance goes on cards as well. And then my friend Josh from Josh Unboxed, check out his channel as well, just did a video about how he's no longer using Sports Card Investor or Card Ladder, two tracking apps for his collection or to help him choose which cards to buy. So I kind of wanted to build a little bit off of their videos and give you sort of my take on why I don't use those services and why I will watch the card investor channels, but I don't necessarily take their advice or their suggestions. My number one reason why I don't participate in the investment strategies that they suggest is because I don't buy the same types of cards that those channels are promoting. I don't buy the Hot Now Rookie PSA 10. My purchases tend to be GOAT cards and cards that I enjoyed growing up, and I just kind of use my gut and buy what I feel like is going to maintain a long-term value. I don't always look for the quick flip unless it's lower end, lower priced cards. In fact, the main reason I started this channel was sort of in response to those channels that were constantly promoting the 5 best cards of the week and that kind of thing, and I wanted to show a different way on how you could buy and sell sports cards for profit, for collecting, whatever your motivation is, and it doesn't have to just be those hot cards of the moment. Now, when those channels started out, I also feared a little bit that they could do some market manipulation, even if it was unintentional. Because the market was smaller but growing, and a lot of the new people in the space were just going to do whatever someone told them to do to get started. I believe a lot of those cards were pumped up in value. The Luka Prism base rookies and things like that got super overinflated because you had all these new dollars and these new faces in the market, and that was what they were told to buy. Now I'm just speaking on my own personal opinion. I'm not giving investment advice. However, I do have an educational background in investment. I had a Series 7 license. I went to college for personal finance. I was a financial planner for a few years, in lending for a long time, things like that. So I have a lot of experience in that area, and it can be very risky suggesting certain investments to people. And I think a lot of times the channels are promoting this as a standard class of investment, and it's just not going to be that. There's too many things at play, too many variables at play into the value of these cards to be a standard stock market type investment that you can track. There's going to be a lot more volatility. Things are going to happen based on performance of the player, things that happen in their personal life. There's just a lot of different things that's going to change a value of a card. Many of these channels, I believe, are mostly created to try to help new people coming into the space, collectors and investors. However, I also think there was a motivation for some self-gain out of them to create these chart apps and things like that to get you to, buy a subscription service so you could track your collections and see which cards are going up and which cards are going down. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think that it's not necessarily something you have to have. And ironically enough, that's what Josh Unboxed latest video just pointed out, was that he was using those services, and it actually made things worse for him because then he was constantly tracking cards going up and down. He was maybe buying cards he didn't really believe in, but he'd seen they were going up, things like that. And I think this industry has had a lot of longevity because collectors and investors generally tend to focus on the same types of cards that they like aesthetically, and the community sort of agrees on what's going to have value and what isn't. There is a strategy for buying, short-term investments in cards, and I've definitely done that, especially if I've gotten deals on them. But I focused more on the long-term buys, as well as stuff that I feel is underpriced, things that dealers are tending to dump, that kind of thing. I want to buy cards that I can hold for long-term value, proven players, GOATs, retired players. When you're looking at football quarterbacks, players who have an influence in media and with their peers, pop culture. To me, those are the investments that you're going to be able to make a return on if you're looking at it as an investment. If you're collecting, buy whatever you want, pay whatever you want, and then it doesn't matter. So I want to know what you think. Do you believe in those investor channels? Is it something you've heeded their advice and bought cards on? Have you made some good money in it? Do you like the charts and graphs? What do you think? How does it work for you? Just to sum it up, I believe those are great channels for entertainment. I believe they do provide some education, some experiences. Maybe they don't cover everything, and it's not always transparent, but I believe there's value in those channels. I just thought there was a good need for me to make a video on why I don't always think that that's the best advice to take. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please give a like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, ring that notification bell if you want to be notified of future videos. Otherwise, we'll see you again soon.